In the heart of a small, quiet town nestled deep in the woods, 4 friends gathered on a chilling autumn evening. Mark, the skeptic, was always the first to dismiss the supernatural as mere superstition. He was joined by his childhood friends, Sarah, Mike, and Emily. They had all known each other for years and had grown up hearing the eerie tales surrounding their town's haunted history. On this ominous night, they found themselves huddled together in Emily's dimly lit attic, surrounded by dusty old furniture and cobweb-covered trinkets. A storm raged outside, sending howling winds through the trees and casting eerie shadows on the walls. Sarah, the group's daredevil, had an idea that she thought would be nothing more than a laugh. "Why don't we try that Ouija board, just for fun?" she suggested with a mischievous grin. Her friends hesitated, but with the rain drumming loudly on the roof and the lightning illuminating the room in sporadic bursts, they agreed, thinking it was all just a silly game. They retrieved an ancient Ouija board that Emily's grandmother had kept locked away in the attic for decades. The board was covered in dust and had a musty odor that filled the room as they set it up. Mark rolled his eyes, scoffing at the idea of communicating with the dead. The 4 friends placed their hands on the planchette, and Emily took the lead, asking, "Is there anyone here with us?" The planchette remained still, mocking their skepticism. Sarah decided to take charge, her voice wavering slightly as she asked again, "If there's anyone here, give us a sign." Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the room, extinguishing the candles they had lit. The attic fell into complete darkness, leaving them in a bone-chilling silence. Panic set in as they fumbled for their cell phones, trying to illuminate the room once more. When the dim light finally returned, they saw the Ouija board in disarray. The planchette had moved to the letters, spelling out a name they couldn't quite make out in the dim light. Fear clawed at their throats as they heard a whisper from the shadows, a raspy voice that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. "You called, and I have come." Terrified, the friends tried to break contact with the Ouija board, but it seemed as though an invisible force held them in place. The planchette continued to move on its own, spelling out chilling messages. "You mocked the spirits. Now, you will pay the price." The room grew colder, and their breaths formed misty clouds in the air. Suddenly, Emily screamed as her chair tipped backward, sending her crashing to the floor. Mike tried to rush to her aid, but an unseen force pulled him back, choking the life out of him. Sarah and Mark watched in horror as their friends were tormented by an invisible malevolence. The raspy voice from the shadows continued, "You thought this was a game, but the spirits take their revenge seriously." As the last word echoed through the room, the candles flickered and went out one by one, plunging the attic into absolute darkness. In the pitch-black void, Sarah and Mark heard Emily's agonized screams and Mike's gurgling pleas for mercy. The friends had summoned something beyond their comprehension, and now they were paying the price for their mockery. The next morning, the storm had passed, and the town awoke to find the attic in ruins, the Ouija board shattered, and the 4 friends missing without a trace. Rumors spread like wildfire, and the haunted history of their town took on a new, horrifying chapter. To this day, no one knows what truly happened that night in Emily's attic, but those who enter the room claim to hear the faint whispers of vengeful spirits and feel an icy presence that lingers, a grim reminder of the friends who dared to mock the supernatural and paid the ultimate price.